This is The Scoop for Friday.
I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines. The St. Petersburg City Council opted yesterday to delay a vote on special flags. St. Petersburg was considering the approval of two flags recognizing LGBTQ+ rights and the city's racially segregated past. It comes after Republican Governor Ron DeSantis ordered similar street murals erased because of supposedly political messages. The special flags were designed by an artist who did one of the main erased street murals. The resolution sponsor, Councilmember Gina Driscoll, said the goal is to assure residents and visitors that the city remains committed to diversity and inclusion. Commissioners in the city of Anna Maria have approved a bid to rebuild the city's pier. The Bradenton Herald reports that commissioners met last week during a special meeting to finalize the $4.6 million bid from Tampa Bay Marine. The contract says construction will start within 2 months, and the walkway will be mostly complete by April. The pier was decimated by Hurricanes Helene and Milton last year. Because it was considered unsalvageable, the city demolished what remained of the 730-foot pier walkway earlier this year. A new report from the National Independent Venue Association shows that independent live entertainment brings billions to Florida. But WMNF's Chris Young reports slim profits and rising costs for independent venue owners have some people worried about their future.
Tom DeGeorge is the Southeast Regional Chapter President of the National Independent Venue Association. He also owns Crowbar, an independent small concert venue in Ybor City. He says low profitability will force Crowbar to shut down when its lease ends next August, their 20th anniversary.
It would be nice to be able to stay, but we haven't been profitable. We haven't been profitable.
And it's a pattern statewide. A report from the National Independent Venue Association shows that only 35% of independent stages in Florida were profitable last year, and 64% are struggling nationwide. That's despite almost producing $8 billion in total economic value and $421 million in annual state and local tax revenue in Florida. At Crowbar, DeGeorge says concertgoers don't only spend their money at his venue.
What they also do is they come a little bit early. They go to the local restaurant. They hit a pub before or after.
DeGeorge points to rising costs, ticket resellers, monopolies, and gentrification as reasons for the slim margins. Currently, Live Nation, the world's largest live entertainment company, is facing a lawsuit for monopolizing ticket services. DeGeorge says he often hears from performers that there's nothing like performing at an independent venue.
Those people that own those independent rooms are doing it sheerly for the love of it, and I'll be as independent as I can until my last breath.
Chris Young, WMNF News.
Last month, a U.S. District Court judge in Massachusetts ruled that a Trump administration policy violates the First Amendment. WMNF's Zoe Sachs tells us more.
The judge ruled that the Trump administration's policy of arresting, detaining, and deporting non-citizen students and faculty members for their pro-Palestinian advocacy is unconstitutional. The American Association of University Professors, or AAUP, argued in court that the Trump administration was attempting to silence speech by intimidating people who were not detained and arrested. Aaron Nissenson, the senior counsel and director of the legal department at AAUP, says Secretary of State Marco Rubio played a big role in the policy by setting the tone and directing the deportations.
He also helped direct the machinery of the U.S. government to carry out the arrests and the deportations. And we have to remember, it's not just Marco Rubio. He has at his disposal a vast machinery of the government, a vast number of resources that taxpayers pay for. They're not his resources, but he's using the resources of the government to carry out a plan to squash speech in America.
There will be a second hearing in the coming weeks to determine a remedy. Nissenson said the court found it was unconstitutional, but the court acknowledged it's hard to just tell the Trump administration to stop. The AAUP urges citizens and institutions to fight back against government overreach. For WMNF News, I'm Zoe Sachs.
It'll be breezy today with a slight chance of a rain shower, highs in the mid-80s. Tonight, breezy with overnight lows in the high 60s. Cloudy and breezy tomorrow, not as hot with highs in the low 80s. I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.